This will be a first game dev vlog on this channel. But before we start, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of story. 3 months ago, I finished my video about the game dev progress after 8 months, and I was not happy about the overall progress. I felt like I was doing still nothing. So the thought was, I need to make a more simple mobile game without the rigged characters, without animations, and I just want to make a game. And I came up with the idea that I need to take a sphere that will be controlled by a mobile accelerator, and it will color the ground under it. And when you will color the ground fully, like the white ground will become red, you basically will complete the level. But before I even make any progress, I got laid off from job. I worked as a UX designer for 2 years in a gambling company, but unfortunately, after we launched a project, everything like screwed. So the project went to hell and I had to go. But I was not sad at all. I was thinking that this is the moment when I can take action in my life, and I decided I want to become a game developer fully. So I sent very quickly CV in another firm, and I was like, yay, I'm willing to basically work for free, just give me a job, I want to experience because I want to be a game developer. And one company responded very quickly, and I was very grateful for that. And basically in a week I started to be a game developer in the company. But unfortunately, process was built around very hyper casual games, and I was not happy about it because I didn't want to develop super casual games with just one button that you need to push and like there's almost no gameplay. So after 2 days in working in a game dev company, I gave back the key from the office and left the studio. Basically what I was thinking, that if I'm gonna develop a game for myself, I'm gonna at least have a game by the end of the process, and I'm not gonna have a job that I don't want. For example, if I would stay for 3 months in the game dev studio, I would probably have nothing on my hands, just experience, but I wanted to have something because I didn't want to say in the next interview, look, I did this game for the studio that I don't like. I wanted to show my own game that I really liked. And from that moment, I started to work on my own mobile game. The idea was to develop a game basically with a sphere and the ground that will become colorful. And I did it very quickly, and I was like playing it, and I realized that I can do much more interesting game. Like, why ground have to be colored? It can be a vacuum cleaner that will clean the ground, and maybe it will be much more fun game. And after that, I started to develop a new prototype. Basically, you can see my progress here. It's really not much, but I created my first Blender model. For a game, I created my lamp, and I was like really into the continuing this project. So I was starting to writing down ideas, like what I can do next, how my gameplay and the game itself will look like. I created a plan of what I can do for the next 1 or 2 months. And the first idea was, okay, what's the basic troubles of the vacuum cleaner robot? It's basically a cat, it's a cat poo, it's a need to clean dirty places, and I wanted to give player a satisfaction after cleaning some like dirty space after he will go around it. So the first thing I did, and most problematic probably thing in this project that I did, was a coloring of the ground. I was instantiating 1,000 of spheres that had a mask shader, and also they would instantiate in the same place where the last sphere instantiated. It really took a lot of memory space. And in order to solve that problem, I basically used built-in trailer renderer that Unity had, and my performance really improved. It jumped from 30 or 20 frames per second to 200 frames per second. But I got the necessary effect. So I had 2 layers of ground. One was covered by mask, second one was clean, and you had an idea like you cleaning the floor, and it was really cool. And then I was thinking, okay, I don't want to make a very general robot. It would not be fun to play as a robot and clean floors just like that. I wanted to make fun aspects of it. So I created a very, like, maybe it's hard script for trash collection, but it's basically working, so I don't care. Basically, I create a list of the objects that exist in the scene, and if this object exists and the distance is not very far, I collect it inside the vacuum cleaner. Even when I did that, I had even more ideas how I can improve this game. So I started thinking, wouldn't it be great if I would have a laser like from Iron Man 2, where they were destroying everything with lasers. So I implemented that with a poo, and it was really cool too. After I implemented that, it became more fun. And I was thinking, okay, this is something that I can actually finish and upload to the upmarket. But before I do that, I had to like completely rewrite some stuff. I had to add levels. I had to think a lot of things. And basically, I did what I previously said I wouldn't do. I bought a lot of assets from the asset store. But what I learned from this experience is basically, if you're working alone, sometimes you need to have a workaround. But if you're not skillful enough, those workarounds will not help you at all, because a lot of things that you buy on an asset store you just cannot use because they have complex C# scripts that you need to know how to use. Basically, for modeling, I used the low poly, low furniture pack, and I started to work with that. And basically I managed to create the first level, and it was still kind of plain, so I had to work with the lighting, which was really fun and unexpected. I didn't think that for a game to look better, you need actually to bake light, and it was really fun to do. Basically, what baking light for a not developer means is what happens. It's taking a paper. Paper is your like texture, and after you put the light source near to it, you press button, and it kind of bakes the texture considering the source of light. Okay. At this point, I learned so much. I wouldn't imagine I will learn ever, because I was very down for 8 months. I was not thinking that it's gonna work. I was like, game dev is not for me. But right now, I like really pumped for finishing the project. And yeah, I'm gonna now launch devlogs every week, so you will see my progress, because I have so much interesting stuff I want to tell you about. Like, for example, I have a very cool system that I thought myself about how to calculate a clean area of the game. And I created a lot of tags that have basically bool in it. And if you wrote under it, it tells to change the bool to false or true. And then it collects very cool stuff. If you have questions, I can in more detail explain how I did it, or I will answer you in the comments. Thank you for watching. Wait for the next episode. I hope we will see each other again soon. Bye-bye.